Aam Aadmi Party continues to attract big names from India Inc. After V. Balakrishna and Meera Sanyal, Captain Gopinath has joined the AAP wagon. Joining us now is the man himself. Captain Gopinath, appreciate you joining us here on CNBC TV 18. Perhaps even before the Aam Aadmi Party started thinking about the disempowered, you thought about giving access to the disempowered to the Aam Aadmi, if I could call them that, with the low-cost airline. So in that sense, there is a reconciliation of the ideology of the Aam Aadmi Party and your ideology and philosophy. But what else has drawn you to join the Aam Aadmi Party?
You know, I was always part of the Anna movement much before the Aam Aadmi Party, because everybody was part of that. And in Bangalore, those of you who are following it then, I took part in the Anna movement along with Mr. Santosh Hegde, the Lokayukta here, for all the 15 days when Anna was fasting in Delhi. I took part in the movement here, physically.
Yeah.
So I was part of that movement, and I met Anna in Bangalore, and along with Mr. Kejriwal and Kiran Bedi and everybody. Then it was not a political party; it was a movement. And Anna gave hopes and aspiration to a disillusioned middle class and a cynical middle class. And I think now the Aam Aadmi Party, which has now morphed many of them into the Kejriwal AAP, I think that has given a platform for those aspirations. And being in Bangalore, I was already in touch with all of them. They asked me if I could, they're all youngsters, I know them very well, and I have sort of a special rapport with them. I used to go and give a talk in all these IT firms here during the elections, because I also contested as an independent last time.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
So I was always politically active. I said, yeah, I'll give my time to them. That's it, nothing else.
But let me ask you this, let me ask you this, Captain Gopinath. I understand that you're trying to, bring about an agenda for change as far as the Indian political system is concerned, and you're using the AAP as the vehicle to be able to do that. Your stint as an independent candidate in 2009 wasn't successful. But how do you reconcile yourself to the economic agenda of the Aam Aadmi Party? Because whatever we do know of the Aam Aadmi Party, they're not particularly free market, they're not particularly free enterprise. They stand for government subsidy, they stand for government largesse. As an entrepreneur, as a man who has benefited from a free market economy, how do you reconcile yourself to that economic ideology?
I think, as far as I know, barring this particular Delhi episode of giving free water and free power in the first 48 hours, which has raised those kind of doubts, I myself have not seen the economic manifesto of the Aam Aadmi Party.
But doesn't that concern you? But doesn't that concern you, Captain Gopinath? Because
of course, it concerns me. Let me say that. Of course, it concerns me. I think what we need is privatization and not cartelization. What we need is privatization, free market economy, but not crony capitalism. So obviously, I think this has to be debated internally within the Aam Aadmi Party, because Aam Aadmi Party itself is very new. I'm sure they're going to bring in a lot of debate internally, because one of the reasons why I'm also supporting this party is because you have got too much of high command politics in all the parties, where once an MP is elected, he mortgages his body and soul to the high command, and the high command decides, and they vote, vote blindly whatever the high command dictates are. So, I think Aam Aadmi Party, I hope,
but would you reconsider your decision if it seems like what we've seen happen in Delhi, where we've seen subsidies being given out as far as water and power is concerned? We've just heard Arvind Kejriwal saying that LPG prices should actually be capped by the government as well. If that kind of economic ideology is what the AAP is going to stand for, will you reconsider your decision?
No, more than reconsidering the decision of, you support a party, there are a lot of issues on which you may agree with them, and some issues you may not agree with them. Even internally, I think that is the kind of democratical debate that should be possible within the four walls of the AAP, because if the AAP inner party democracy, if it is stifling, if it is authoritarian, I'm not going to continue. This has to be debated. Obviously, our economic policies have to be sustainable. But you have to take part of the marginalized in society. The revenue has So it's a larger debate which has to be looked into, and obviously if I'm going to be stifled, if I'm not asked to speak my mind, definitely I'm going to reconsider. I think everybody should reconsider in whichever party they are in. But as you know, in most parties, once you join, you go along with the high command, and I'm sure I'm not going to go along with the high command, and I hope there'll be no high command in the AAP.
Well, very quickly, I'm going to ask you two final questions. It is perhaps early days yet. We don't know what the role you're going to play within the AAP, but is it likely to be Bangalore South, South Bangalore for you once again? Perhaps up against your friend Nandan Nilekani?
Yeah, I mean, he's a friend, that's right. But as I said, I just said I'll give my time. Last time I could have contested for my mainstream party, which I refused. I'm not thinking of on those lines now. These people here locally whom I've known for the last 3-4 years, they said, will you be part of our movement? I said, yes, I'll support it. I think all of us need to support this effort. Even if you are bribed and benefited sometimes, or you've been a victim, either at a lowest level of giving a bribe for a driving license, or as a corporate, if you are bribed and got some bigger license. I think all of us want, if all of us at some point have prostituted ourselves, I'm sure, I think we should make a change and say, yes, we want a corruption-free society. And I think to that extent, all of us must support this party, and I'm supporting this, and then we'll take it as it comes.
Let me ask you my final question, and it's an uncomfortable question, Captain Gopinath, but the fact that there is a considerable outstanding debt to banks, has that been an issue that has come up with the Aam Aadmi Party as you've sort of joined hands with them, and do you believe that it is likely to be an issue as far as your political innings is concerned?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, if I'm going to make a pitch for contesting, obviously, whatever scrutiny will be there. But in the sense that there is a debt, I don't think, an employee can contest, a lawyer can contest, and a businessman can contest as long as you have been honest in your dealings. If you are having a debt, it is part of the business, and you face it, and then you face the consequences of losing your house, which I lost. I lost my house. I put my own money, I lost that money, and the business was a partnership with Reliance, who are equal partners. So that's a separate issue, and I think the AAP should take a call if I put an application for contesting. But right now, I'm just supporting a movement and supporting an effort.
All right, Captain Gopinath, we wish you the very best of luck with your political innings, your second political innings. Thanks very much for speaking to us here on CNBC TV 18.